Welcome back to the Source Garage. This is Project V, part I think 5 or 6 now maybe, or 7, I'm not sure honestly. It's the last part of the exterior here that I have to do is the glass. So I've actually already done the far side of the glass here, and all I have left to do is this side. And I'm not really doing a very complicated process because it doesn't really need it. So I washed the car already. The car spends most of its time under a roof. The glass isn't super contaminated or dirty. It does need a wipe down and a polish though. So all I use to do this is just stoner, some glass cleaner, microfiber to wipe it down. I'm going to clay it to remove any kind of embedded contaminants on the surface. And then I have my polisher with a glass polishing pad and some Griot's glass polish. And then wipe it down again, and then going to seal it with some Griot's glass sealant that I have. Not really anything super fancy. You could also use a razor in this process if there's more gunk that you need to scrape off. I tried it on the other side. I really wasn't getting a whole lot off, if really anything at all, because of what I mentioned before about this glass is in pretty good shape already. So I don't need to do that. But what I'm going to do here is grab the camera and I'm going to show you kind of before and after if you can see the difference between the two sides, or one's a bit clearer than the other, and then I'll just get into the process of finishing up this side and then wiping down the other windows and then the inside of the glass as well. So to try and show you the difference here, and I hope the camera can pick this up, if you look at the right side here, look at the beam of light in the middle there and see if you can see kind of how much haze is around it or lack of clarity. And as I transition over to the other side here, ignoring the extreme blur from the camera, it's having a hard time focusing with the reflection here. There we go. Let's see if you can see the change in how much haze is around the light and how much, say, lack of clarity like you would look in the paint. So I've already wiped this window down, so this isn't dust sitting on here. It's the lack of refinement from the actual glass polishing. So first thing I'm going to do here is clay, because I already said that I had wiped it down with a microfiber, gotten any of the dust that's sitting on the top off of here. I got low pile microfibers to wipe it down with. All right, so now I'm going to polish. Let me make sure the camera is still in focus here, because I know it's having a hard time with the glass. Yeah, we look good still. So I already did the other side, but put a little more in here. Spread it around. So I'm going to start kind of slow here to spread it around everywhere on this half of the windshield, and then turn it up to a higher speed and do my slow passes across the whole thing. Forgot to plug it in like an idiot. After I had to move to this side, I had to plug the extension cord in. Dummy. Well done, me. Well done. All right, let's try that again. There we go. Now we've got power. And let's turn up the speed here. Now, if I was trying to really buff out a lot of, I guess what I'll call it, defects in the glass, if it was more beat up or there was a big scratch in it, I'd make more passes over it. This glass is in pretty good shape as is, so it doesn't need a whole bunch of passes. Let me fold my towel a little better here. I'm always in favor of less is more, sort of, when I don't need to. And I've got a good product on the base I'm starting with here. I can already tell it looks definitely a bit clearer. You can see all the residue coming off, so use a high pile towel when you're wiping all this off. All right. So now I'm going to grab the camera and let's see if we can see on camera the difference now that this side's been polished. So this was the side that I started with, pretty clear, and I hope that you'll see as I go to the left here that there's been a definite reduction in the kind of haze around it, and it looks clearer. So you can pretty cleanly see into the inside of the car, and that light looks really nice and clear in the reflection. So what I need to do now is wipe down the window really well. Let me zoom out here. So you wipe down the whole window, and then we'll apply the sealant to it. And the secret to drying window without streaking is always have a buffing towel. Go over it one side, one time damp and wet to actually clean it, and then come back over it with another towel to buff it out. So now that this is all clean, I need to grab the sealant and a microfiber applicator, and then we'll go over the windshield. So the next thing I'm going to wipe down here is this window. I'm using a different microfiber because that light blue one seemed to be linting on me a bit. All right, that looks better. And get the mirror here a little bit. All right, on to the other side. This one seems a little dirtier. mirror. All right, on to the actual coating of the windshields. So to coat this, I've got Griot's glass sealant here, and I just got a microfiber applicator. So I haven't actually used this before. I've used like Rain-X before, I haven't used this. So it says to apply with the microfiber and let it haze over, and then apply a second coat. So I'm going to apply one coat here across this side. I'll come around to the other side. I imagine it'll be hazed over by then. I can come back to a second coat and then buff everything off. It's interesting that it wants to apply 2 coats after the hazing even. Oh, anyway. Very strong alcoholic smell to it. So actually I think I'm going to watch here and see. So I'm not seeing it haze yet. At least is what I think of as hazing. Looks like it's starting to a little bit now. So I'm going to put a second coat on now. I'm going to do this across the middle as a puddle line, like a ceramic coating. So I guess I'll do this in 3 sections. Now that I kind of have an idea how long it takes to haze over, I can come back and do the other 2 in order. So I'll let that haze and I'll come around here. Actually, I'll probably stay on this side to try and reach the middle here. I'm going to buff this off now. So I think the stuff on the bottom here lets sit too long. That is not coming up like I want it to. So lesson learned, I need to buff that off quicker. So I'm going to apply a second coat to that middle spot there. thank God I got long arms. All right, now I'm not gonna let this one sit as long. All right, that's coming off better. I still didn't get to it fast enough. This big spot right there. All right, so this stuff needs like 10, 15 seconds to haze over. So, note to anyone watching, do not let it sit for 30 seconds or anything like that. So let's see if I can do this last section properly. The first two did not go perfectly. Oh, I left the sealant over here. All right, third time's the charm. All right, so I'm going to give that about 10 seconds here and come back over with a second coat. All right, now I'm going to start to buff that off right away. See if we can get this without having to miss a spot. And it looks like no, the top. Oh, man. You gotta be fast with this stuff. I've royally screwed it up. I thought I would have at least like maybe a 30-second window to come back in and buff it off, but no, you have a near, it should say on the bottle, apply and buff off immediately. Damn. All right, I gotta get inside now. I guess I might as well do the side windows too. All right, let's see if I can do these side windows any better. Try and do these near instantly here. I wonder why I need to apply a second coat with this. Could possibly just be because they want to make sure you coat everything. So I'm going to give that 10 seconds and then come right back over, because what I've done previously has not been working so far. All right, now we're gonna buff off as fast as possible because I'm sick of coming back. There's still spots, man. All right, so yeah, key is to do it instantly. All right, let's go to the other side. All right, name of the game is speed when buffing this stuff off. All right, and right into buffing. All right, I think that wraps it up. All right, so last thing to do with the glass inside of here, aside from, I'm gonna wipe down that back window, but I'll get to that when I have to actually crawl into the back seat here. I'm not gonna get there right now. Is just wipe down the inside of the window here, which isn't too dirty to start with. And so the trick is always to put your hand in the driver's seat so you can more easily reach over here and get all this. So you're not fighting with the steering wheel. All right. So spray this again, get this side. And then switch to another side. That was a horrible hold. Buff this off. All right. I can still see little dings and chips on the glass everywhere, but what do you expect? It's old. At least it looks clean to see out of. So, all right. That's going to wrap it up for, I think, the last portion of the exterior part of the car. Everything is done now. So I'm going to probably leave the camera right there and come back after some lunch and do all the interior here, because I have not started on this at all. So if you've been following along this whole time, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe to the channel. You can see me finish out Project V here. Thanks for watching.